Hey everybody, I wanted to do something interesting in my simple platform game. I've got a character that can bounce around this maze, and I created an enemy that's got NavMesh components, NavMesh agent component on it that could theoretically follow my guy around, but I couldn't figure out a way to add a NavMesh to this scene that would work. And I finally figured it out, so I wanted to show you what I did. The first thing I tried was adding it to all these grass surface areas, and that sort of worked, but it ultimately didn't work for the purposes of having this enemy bound around after my guy. It was just too complicated of a problem for the built-in tools to solve, and that's okay. And that makes sense. It actually is a pretty complicated problem. And I could also do that manually by creating off-mesh links and things like that, and I didn't want to do that at all. That was just not part of my development plan. So I did figure out a way. The first thing I did was try to just create a cube in the background that I could float around on, that enemy could float around on. 40 by 4. So I'll put this just behind, there we go, just behind my stone maze. And then if I try to burn a NavMesh onto this, it doesn't work. If I make it navigation static, hit bake, it just puts it on the top because NavMesh is burning from the Y direction down. But I looked around on the internet and figured out that there's a way to do it instead of from this global navigation tab. You can do it with more of a locally focus and a local focus to that object, and I can add a NavMeshSurface to this object. And what that means is, for this object, it's going to burn the NavMesh on the object from the Y perspective of that object. That means if I hit bake right now, well, it's still just going to put it on the top. And a side note, I don't know why it's burning it onto this this other related object, but I'm not going to look into that right now. It doesn't cause a problem for my purposes. It still puts it on the top, but that means if I do some rotations and some transformations, I can get that to working in the direction that I want it to. So if I make this 4 and this 40, and I hit burn or bake. I've been saying burn, haven't I? I meant bake all along. Then it'll bake it onto that side. But if I then, I think -90, yeah, rotate it like that, then hit bake again, then it's baked in the direction I wanted and on the background like I expected. And that's just what I wanted. Now, if I hit go, I believe this guy's going to follow my character around. You can see the game window here, and there's that thing following him around. So there he is. It's following me around. So I can float up to there, and he'll find his way. And I can go get kind of lost, and he'll still find his way over. There he is. Not real fast right now, but I can work with all that. Anyway, I wanted to show you what I did. It was some tricks to get it rotated properly, but once I did, it worked really well. If you like stuff like this, subscribe to my channel, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up.